Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're gonna talk about Linux. So I did mention it in my videos a couple of times, but probably it's good to explain exact what is Linux. So Linux is like a powerful open source operation system that serves as like the foundation for many systems and application also, and like devices worldwide, and it was created by a guy named Linus Torvalds in 1991. I hope that's how they pronounce his last name, but yeah. And since then it has been like widely used, worldwide, and then there's a lot of different features that come with Linux. That's why people like it. So first of all, it's open source, and also it is like a multi-platform support, and it can run in different hardware platform, and also security side. Like for example, I'm running my Kali Linux in my home lab. I'm sorry, excuse me. And also they have like something that you can customize if you want, and also the command line interface that a lot of enterprise use for. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you the different basic command line that I learned since then. So let's go into my Ubuntu. Okay, now we are logged in our Ubuntu machine. So first what we want to do, we want to open our terminal. To open the terminal, you just come here and type in the top here and then type in terminal. So this is our terminal here. Okay, let's make a little bit bigger. So this is our terminal. So I learned something here with Linux. Every time you come to your system, you want to make sure that your system is updated. So to do that, you want to double check, see exactly how many packages are not upgraded yet. So to do that, you want to type sudo update and type enter, and then it's gonna ask you to type your password, and we have our password. Type enter. Okay, now we're just gonna wait to see exactly how many packages need to be upgraded. So as you can see here, we have 7 packages can be upgraded. So now to upgrade those packages, you type sudo upgrade and type a hyphen. The hyphen means yes. So if it's gonna ask you the question later on, can I upgrade this, and you need to type yes. So now if you type hyphen, it's not gonna ask you about that question. So we type enter and then just let it upgrade. As you can see, the upgrade is done. Okay, so now we are here in our Ubuntu machine. So now basically what we will be doing in our terminal, which is like you click on files and then open the different, let me just make it bigger here. So this is the different files that we have in our home. As you can see here, this is home, right? And now as you can see home, we have different files. We have desktop, comment, download, general music, my practice, pictures, public, snap, templates, video work, install, open VPN install. So this is basically the different files that we have inside of our machine, inside of our Ubuntu, right? So now if I need to do something inside of music, I'm just gonna double click and then open it, right? So this is basically, we all know this way of getting into files, which is like, even if it's like a Windows operation system or like MacBook operation system or whatever, this is what we used to. Now with Linux, and if you work in Linux and then most of the enterprise level, you won't have the chance to use this interface. So for what I understand so far is like all the file navigation that they do, they use the command line to do those navigation, which is like when they need to create a file, when they need to like copy a file, and whatever the case may be. So now that's why it's very important to understand exactly how to run those commands and how to navigate inside those files, So now what we're going to do is like, let's act like we don't have this interface here, and then we try to get to this file and then see exactly how many files that we have. So now let's go ahead and close this right here, and let's open our terminal. So to open your terminal, you can click here and then type terminal, and boom, this is our terminal here. Okay, so this command they are the basic of Linux. It is very important to understand exactly how to navigate inside of the terminal. Okay, so first what we want to do, the first command that we're going to type is who I. So that will show us exactly who we log in as. So type enter. As you can see, this is Maraf me. That's my nickname. So my dad gave me that nickname when I was young, so he called me Maraf. So Maraf is right here. So now we know who we are, right? Okay, so now after knowing who we are, we want to know exactly where are we inside of this machine. And to know exactly where you are, you type pwd, which is like print working directory. That means exactly show us exactly which directory we are. So after you type enter, that'll show you exactly we are inside of home Mara file. So let me just, okay, let's do this. Okay, so when I type pwd, it shows us that we are here home Mara file, right? So this is exactly where we are, home. As you can see, this is home right here, and it said we are inside of home. So now we want to type one command line, which is ls. So ls, that means list of files, and if you type ls and then click enter, it should show you exactly all this document that we have. There you go. So now that we have that, let's type another command, which is ls. So means display all the detail of the files that we have inside of our directory. So list all the files that we have in our directory, but list them in details. Show us exactly what's inside and everything, all the information that we need to know. So now when you type ls and type enter, now it shows us exactly what type of file that we have. As you can see, this is the type of files, and this is the owner of the file, which is the root, which is me, Marafel, right here. And then this is the size of our files, and this is the month that we created this file, and this is the date that we created this file, and this is the time that we created this file, and this is the name of the file, as you can see. So now that we are here, to make sure that we are in the right direction again, right directory, let's type again pwd, and that will ask exactly the terminal, show us exactly where we are. So you type enter and it shows you, okay, you are inside of home Mara file, which is here. Okay, so now let's say that we wanted to get inside of, let's see, desktop. And here, if you want to get inside of desktop, we just come in, double click, and it shows exactly this desktop is empty. Okay, so now if we're on our terminal and we want to get inside of desktop, we type cd, so you type cd, which is like take you inside of that directory, which is going to be change directory. Okay, cd desktop, and type enter. Now we are inside of desktop, as you can see here. Now let's type ls, which is going to be list the document, list the files that are inside of desktop, and we type enter. And when we type it, you see that desktop is empty. As you can see, desktop is empty. Okay, so now get out of desktop. So we already enter. So if you want this interface, if you want to do enter, you want to just backup, right? And then here in like the command, the terminal, if you want to backup, you want to do cd, which is change the directory, and tap enter. Now we are back. We are out of desktop. So now to understand exactly where we are, let's type pwd, and it's going to show exactly where we are. Okay, now we are back inside of home directory, which is here. So now let's try to get inside of music and see exactly what we have there. So to do that, you do cd music and type enter. Okay, now we are inside of music. Okay, so inside of music, we want to know how many files that we have there. So you type ls and hyphen, that means show me the list of files that I have inside of music and all the detail that come with those files, and type enter. Okay, so now it shows you here that you have this file right here, which was created by me, which is, and then the size of the file and the month that I created the file and the date and the time and the name of the file. Okay, so now let's get out this file. Okay, so now we are out of the file. Again, you want to know where we are, you type pwd, enter. Now it shows that we are inside of home Mara file, right? So now let's try to get back inside music, but this time we don't want to know the detail. We just want to know the name of the file that we have inside of music. So we do cd and then music and type enter. Okay, now we are inside of music again. And now this time we don't need all the details. We just want to know the list of the files that we have there. So we type ls and then click enter. Now this is the name of the file that we have. You remember, if you do ls-l, it shows you the detail as you can see here. But if you do only ls, it shows you exactly the name of the file. Okay, so let's get out cd. We are out. Where we are, pwd, we are on home, we are here. So this is the different command that we learned so far. Let me clear the terminal. And this is interesting because it took me a lot to learn this, and I feel very comfortable using them. So far, different command that we learn. So let me just close here first and then open this one. Okay, this is the different command that we learned first. Who am I? Which is like, it's gonna show you who am I. Click, we show you is Mara. That's the first command that we learn. The second one, which is gonna help us navigate inside our directory, is gonna be pwd, which is print working directory. Show us exactly where we located inside of this machine. Enter, it shows us that we are inside of home of Mara. Now that's the second one that we learn. Okay, now the third one would be list exactly the files that we have inside of Mara, which is going to be ls. Enter, and it shows us exactly all the files that we have. That's the second command that we learn. Okay, the command that we learned again was ls, which is show us, display all the details of the files that we have inside of our home directory. And then you type ls hyphen and type enter. You will show us exactly the files. As you can see, this is the name of the files, this is who owns the files, and this is the size of the files, and this is the month that were created, the date, the time, and the name of the file. Okay, so now the other command that we learned was cd, which is change the directory. Let's say, so cd, let's try to get inside of music again. You type cd music and enter. It shows you. So now we are inside of music. Okay, so now that we know we are inside of music, let's see list of things inside of music. If we want to see only the files, we type ls. But if we want to see the file and the detail of the files, we type ls hyphen, and that gave us all the information that we have. Okay, so now to get out of music, let's do cd, which is like get us out of here. We are out. Where we are, wd. Now we are home, right? So now let's clear the terminal. Okay, the terminal is clear. So if you want to clear the terminal, you type clear. Okay, so now if we wanted to go to inside our root directory, you type cd / and it shows you that we are inside of our root directory, right? Okay, and now we want to know exactly the list of items that we have, list of files that we have there. Type enter. You type ls, and then so this is the root. This is like something else. Probably I will have time to explain this later on, like maybe in the next video, but that's it. This is inside the root. This is like upper level stuff. That's how I understand it so far. Okay, so now we are inside of our root, right? And as you can see here, now we want to know the details of each of these files, when it was created, who created them, and the month, the size of the file. Now we type hyphen and type enter. As you can see, this is all the information about this file right here. Okay, now let's see exactly where we are, which is pwd. Type enter. It shows us we are inside our root. And there is another command to get inside of root, but this is what I learned so far. So I'm gonna use this until something else changes, right? So now let's go clear. Okay, let's check again where we are, pwd, and we are inside the root, So let's get out there. Okay, we are out. Let's see where we are. Now we're back inside of our home. Okay, let's go inside of music. So we do cd music, type enter, and we say we are inside of music. And let's list all the files that we have inside music. We have, okay, now we are inside of music, right? We want to list what we have there. ls walisek. Okay, so now we're inside of music. Let's list what we have. Okay, so now what we want to learn is how to create a file. So let's see where we are for Enna. So we are inside of Mara, and then let's list exactly files that we have. Enna, which is ls Enna, and then this is the different files that we have. So now let's create a file. So this is the last comment that I will be showing you guys on this video. So probably I will show you more, when I have other comments. But now let's learn how to create a file. So now to create a file, you want to type touch and then the name of the file. Let's name it for T. That's the file that we create. So now this is the list of the file that we have on inside of home, right? Let's see if the file that we create is there. So let's go back where we at pwd. We are home. So let's list again, and if the file was created, like normally, we should be able to see it here. Okay, let's type ls and then type. There you go. So this is our file here. So this is how to create a file. So let's clear and let's create another file again. Let's see touch. That's how we create a file. Touch. Let's see Mara, or maybe let's just create Mara and then that's the name of the file and type Enna. So now let's double check where we are at pwd. Enna, we are home, and let's list files that we have. As you can see, there you go. This is Mara right here. So now the reason why it's like white, not blue, that's a different type of files name. So we will get into that later on. But basically, that's how to create a file. And let's create one more file so we know exactly how to create a file. And let's do touch and Linux. Sorry, Linux, the type Enna, and then now let's double check again where we are at pwd. We are home. Let's list off the files that we have, and at this time let's list off the files and understand exactly all the details. What time did we create the file and who created it? So to do that, you want to type ls. There you go. So as you can see, file.x was created on January 17, and I'm the one who created it right here. And we create another one, Linux and Mara, and basically that's how you create a file. So let's clear the terminal, and again the list of the command that we learn, the one that we learn first, where we are, to understand what directory we are. wd right here, ls, which is list. That's the list, right? And then if we wanted to get more information about the list of the files, we do ls. So that's what we have, right? So now to clear the terminal, and then now other command, which is / to go inside our root, and to want to check if you are in the root, you can ask pwd where we are. I show you exactly we are on our root, and to double check, you can type you can see the list of the items, that the file that is there, that are there here. This is the file that we have. Now let's go back. To go back, cd, we are out, and then let's double check where we are at. We are inside of home right now. So let's clear. The last command line that we learned was touch, which is how to create. So let's create one more file, touch. Let's see, Windows, type Enna. Let's type list to see if our file was created. Boom, this is our file. So those are the basic command that I learned so far, and I wanted to share with you guys. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys more command line that I learned about Linux. So let's clear.